Alright, hi everybody, it's Bonkai922. This might be the last video I do, last review for today, at least now. I haven't decided yet. I might do the One Piece review, episode review. But I might leave that for later today. Who knows? But this might be the, whatever. Anyway, this is review, episode 5 of my youth romantic comedy is wrong as I expected. This one gets a 4 in more than one ways. Basically in this one, there's a situation. Hachiman finds out in this one that his, he gets, in the beginning of the episode, that teacher, that bitch teacher, punches him because he was late, and he's laying all these excuses and everything. And this girl walks by him, who has this silver hair, gray silver hair, and apparently she is going to be the focus point of this episode. I think her name was Saki. Let me, go find that. Let's see. No, that's not what I wanted. Saki Kawasaki. Say that. Saki Kawasaki. Saki. And basically what happens is that Hachiman finds out from his sister that she has this friend. Because what happens is that later on, that he goes to this cram school and he sees this girl again, Saki. And he learns when he's in a restaurant, he sees Yui there and everything. Well, Yui's the other one. Yukino and Yui. That's the other girl. The one with orange hair. And he sees his sister there. And his sister is with this boy from her school. And he begins to say that his older sister is Saki. And that she's been coming home very late. And he's wondering, like, what's going on. He doesn't know what's going on. And then they want... And this is like a job for the volunteer club. So they decide to find out what the story is with her and why she's coming home late. And all sorts of stuff. And what ends up happening... They do a bunch of things. They get her to look at a cat. And he gets on the phone with his sister's friend, and he calls him bro. I'm not your bro. And he says that she's allergic to cats, his sister. So it's like, that ain't working. They try to get the teacher involved, and that didn't do anything. She actually told off the teacher, saying, why are you telling me this? You have no children. You're single. And he's like, totally dissed her, and she ran away. So yeah, that was kind of funny there part. And then basically what ended up happening is Hachiman was able to narrow it down of where she was working at, where she was going at, to 2 places. A maid cafe, which wasn't the case, and we saw that guy again. The guy who's, the voice actor plays Hirano. It was crazy. It was a maid cafe with him. He was... There was one part. Oh my god. He was imagining the tennis player. What's his face? I forgot his name. But anyway, the tennis player having a maid outfit. I'm like, dude. He's a dude. Avoid the traps at all costs. Anyway. And that scene was pretty funny. And then after that, they decide to go to another place. That there was the other place that Hachiman found out where she was at, Saki, which was this big luxurious place where she's working as a bartender, and she kind of tells off Yukino by making fun of her by saying about her father being in a diet building and everything because she's her father's famous, so on and so forth, and eventually, what solves the problem is that Hachiman gets her to come to him at a McDonald's. They call it differently in the anime, and they confront her with the situation and saying, basically, the reason why she's doing this is because she wants to get into college. And she doesn't want her parents to worry about it. She wants to get her own money, pay for her own college, tuition, and everything. And he then tells her about, did you ever hear about a scholarship? And that's basically what happens. And basically his sister, though, is the one that also kind of gets Saki to mend her ways. Because she tells her of her experience with her brother, hachiman, Hiki, and that sort of thing. Then they solve that problem. And then they solve the problem with the whole situation there. Then after that, on the way home, his sister starts talking to him about the girl who gave him sweets. And he finds out the girl who gave him sweets was the Yui girl, the one with the orange hair. And saying, if she never hit you in the accident, she would have never gotten interested in you, and so on and so forth. And that's when Hachiman realizes, and this is kind of weird how this all went down, because I just find it strange how it went down. But basically, and then the episode title for this episode was, I believe, he went back to his original way, his original path, which it kind of foretells what he ends up doing. Basically, and this was, when this went down was during the field trip that they had. And he was ignoring her during the field trip, and then confronts her about it and says, you don't need to worry about me anymore, because she basically was being very kind to him because of the accident. He says, you don't need to worry about me anymore, and so on and so forth. And then this shocks her, and she starts crying. And last thing she calls him she calls him an idiot, baka, and runs away. And then he basically starts talking to himself, saying to himself, narrating to himself that, he hates kind girls. They, they riddle you with kindness, but in the end, they want to be your pals, and he just didn't feel like it. He just felt that it's stupid. Kindness hurts, basically. And he says he hates kind girls. And to him, he would rather be alone. Pretty much. And that foretells what more or less is going to happen in next week's episode, what seems to be Yui leaving completely. Leaving the volunteer club completely. And, that was not happening. Now, I don't know where this is going to go, though, personally. Because next week's is probably going to be one of those episodes after the fact that, and it was kind of a shocker. I didn't expect this to happen. Because I thought it was just going to be, this episode was going to be more or less about what the task at hand was for the volunteer club with this one person, Saki. And then all of a sudden, boom, this happens. It was a pretty big surprise. And, him joining this volunteer club was all because of that fucking teacher in the first place. And now that, Yui's leaving, it's kind of pointless. He's not going to change. He's not going to mend his ways. I mean, it doesn't look like it. And it even says in the next week's episode, his and her beginning are finally coming to an end. So it was pretty grim for next week and this week. So this ending really, shook things up a bit. And I kind of like it going in this direction because now you got to wonder if he's going to stay put. People are going to ignore him now because of this. So, I mean, that's just his philosophy. Hachiman. I mean, they all treated him like crap. So, who gives a fuck? You know? I say good power. Good on him. And she's like sad. She's crying. But the truth of the matter is that, I mean, I guess she had feelings for him, and that's why she cried, and she called him stupid, idiot. But he didn't care. He's just this guy who's negative about the world, and that's his feelings towards it. He felt that she didn't really have any true feelings for him, and didn't have any connection there. And that's why he did what he did. And like he says he hates girls that are nice to him. He hates nice girls. That's the way he saw it. I wonder what's going to happen now, because it's just probably now going to be him and Yukino. We will have to see. We'll have to see how this goes. I mean, we'll see if Hachiman does anything about it. Who knows? But this show is now taking a turn for a different direction, which is good, because I'm wondering when this was going to, get more intense, and that's what's happening here. So we'll see. But, yeah, good was a good episode. Like I said, the ending stole the show. More or less. No pun intended. Yeah, it was a good episode. So, yeah, 4 out of 5. We'll see what happens next week. Next week's going to be pretty interesting. We're going to have one of those, like I said, after the fact episodes where things, like, come full circle. Yeah? One Piece review episode I might do after this, but I guess so. I mean, today's gonna be really difficult to do the Game of Thrones, because I'm going out to dinner, and we're going out like at 5, so it might be a late Game of Thrones live stream. So just look forward to that, a late one. We'll see, but yeah. That's all I got for you guys. So yeah, this is Bonkai 922. I'll see you guys later. My man Hachiman. And he hates nice girls. Fuck them. They were just, come on, fuck them. Get out. See ya.